customs galore, from the Dallas Autorama, the Detroit Autorama, and two of the coolest car shows in Canada. Plus, Ben Cooter Jones, star of the Dukes of Hazzard. All that and a whole lot more coming up right here on the SST Car Show. SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. We have so much cool stuff on tap for you today. We have customs from the Detroit Autorama, the Dallas Autorama, from the Blenheim Classics Car Show, and a couple of other cool car shows in Canada. And we have Ben Jones, who played Cooter in the Dukes of Hazzard television series. He's not afraid to share his opinion on the General Lee and the Confederate flag on the roof of that car. We'll have him later in the show. But right now, we're going to take you to Detroit to show you a very cool custom that was turning heads. They call this thing Voodoo Sahara. Go to Dallas now, to the Dallas Autorama, for a look at a very cool 32 Ford Street Rod. Off we go now to the Sarnia Cruise in the Park Car Show with our own Ryan Walker reporting.
The Sarnia Cruise in the Park has become one of Canada's best car shows. It's held each June in Canaterra Park. The event is hosted by the Sarnia Street Machines Car Club, and it attracts a wide range of cars from classics to tuner cars, like Mike Young's Nissan. This is a 1989 S13 240SX. It's got a fully built KA motor that's turbocharged. So do you use this thing for drifting, or is it just one of your street cars?
It sees the drag strip at car shows, and it'll be drifting, but not now.
The car show is used to raise money for the Pathways Health Center for Children. Over the past 12 years, over $200,000 has been raised for the charity. Right here we have a spider-themed 1924 Dodge two-door. This street rod is owned by Hugh French. He says the spider-webbed front grille always gets people talking.
had to do a complete restoration, and I put a modern drivetrain underneath it and more up-to-date motor and transmission so we could drive it on the road.
The Sarnia Cruise in the Park pulls in a mix of vehicles every year. Corvettes are well represented, rare Volkswagens are always on hand, Mopar fans are always out in full force, and there's a small group of microcar enthusiasts that show up every year too. Ken and Donna Poor brought their American Austin Roadster and their Vespa Roadster.
It's a 1958 Vespa, and we've owned it for 4 years now.
Car's made in France. It's a rear engine, 2-cylinder, 2-stroke. Has 18 horsepower. Car weighs about 800 pounds. And the one beside it, it's a 1932 American Austin Bantam Roadster. It's got the original 18 horsepower engine, and both of these cars fit in the back of our pickup truck.
This is a 65 Plymouth Valiant art car. This was hand-painted by the owner and one of his late friends.
And she was a painter, a modern art painter, and she kind of painted in this style, which is actually an imitation of the famous abstract artist Jackson Pollock. Okay, so had another fellow who's interested in old cars. He was quite an artist in his own right. His name is Andy Zarodniak. And over a dozen years ago, basically he did the car. Okay, the trick to it is the way Pollock painted is just sort of a spatter paint. The thing is being consistent and not getting too much here and too little there. And Andy is a first-rate artist. He managed to pull it off.
Ryan Walker, SST, at the Cruise in the Park Car Show, Sarnia, Ontario, Canada.
Don't go away. We have more SST right around the corner.
Don't go away. Street Sport Television is going to keep on trucking right after this commercial break.
Turn back the hands of time with Antique Chevrolet Parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Hundreds of insurance claim vehicles auctioned every week. Now with locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. Parts cars, rebuildable wrecks, damage-free theft recoveries. Bid in person, bid online from anywhere. Worldwide shipping. A better way to buy a car. Visit StarkAutoSales.com.
Watch movies, sports, and TV shows with no monthly fees. Get your Super Geeks Android Genius TV box. Simply connect to your TV with the supplied HDMI cable and connect to Wi-Fi. Watch what you want when you want, on demand in high definition, even 4K. A great alternative to cable, Netflix, satellite, and video rentals. Don't settle for a smart TV. Turn your TV into a genius with a Super Geeks Android TV box. Boxes start as low as $39.99 with full warranty. Pays for itself. Select from thousands of free online shows. We even provide remote service so you'll never be without your TV. Updates itself automatically. 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-866-248-1490. That's 1-866-248-1490. Or order online at supergeeks.tv. That's supergeeks.tv.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Hundreds of insurance claim vehicles auctioned every week. Now with locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. Parts cars, rebuildable wrecks, damage-free theft recoveries. Bid in person, bid online from anywhere. Worldwide shipping. A better way to buy a car. Visit StarkAutoSales.com.
Watch movies, sports, and TV shows with no monthly fees. Get your Super Geeks Android Genius TV box. Simply connect to your TV with the supplied HDMI cable and connect to Wi-Fi. Watch what you want when you want, on demand in high definition, even 4K. A great alternative to cable, Netflix, satellite, and video rentals. Don't settle for a smart TV. Turn your TV into a genius with a Super Geeks Android TV box. Boxes start as low as $39.99 with full warranty. Pays for itself. Select from thousands of free online shows. We even provide remote service so you'll never be without your TV. Updates itself automatically. 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-866-248-1490. That's 1-866-248-1490. Or order online at supergeeks.tv. That's supergeeks.tv.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. I'm Rick Walker. We're going to take you now to the Fleetwood Country Cruise In for a car they called 51 Karat Gold. One look and you'll understand why. We take you into the heart of Chatham, Kent, Ontario, to a small community called Blenheim, Ontario. And every year there, they put on a car show for pre-1988 vehicles only. It's all about quality down there. It's not about quantity, and this year's show was no exception. Now it's my turn for a bit of a political rant, at least political in terms of car culture. I've been noticing a lot more tuner car action, especially in Canada. And I think it's a result of a resurgence in interest in cars and car culture, especially among younger people. And this message really goes out not so much to those guys, a little bit to them, but really more to the older classic car set. You know, to keep the car hobby alive, you really have to appeal to the younger guys. And as I've been driving around from car show to car show, I've been seeing more young guys out in full force. A lot of those cars are imports. Some of them are North American. Well, most of them are tuners. And I know that a lot of the older car guys don't like that stuff. I mean, a lot of you guys are like muscle cars all the way, and Ford, GM, Chrysler, or nothing at all. But I gotta tell you, it's really, in my opinion, kind of time to open the doors to some of those younger guys, extend a friendly hand, make some room for them at your car shows, because some of their cars are now getting to be, 20, 25, even 30 years old. And in order to keep the car culture, the car hobby going, you really need those younger guys. You got to remember what it was like when you were in your 20s, or maybe even 30s, and the kind of cars that you liked back then. It's the same thing for these guys. Those imports are today's hot rods, and they are souping them up, making them look nice, putting great paint jobs on them, doing some really incredible things and getting incredible horsepower out of some of those small engines. And it's up to the older guys to show them the way, show them the responsible way to enjoy their cars, not get into trouble, not race on the streets, to do things responsibly. So reach out to them, embrace them, bring those younger guys into the hobby, and keep the car hobby alive.
Hi, I'm Elena. Don't go away, there's more SST coming right up.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person, or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Hundreds of insurance claim vehicles auctioned every week. Now with locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. Parts cars, rebuildable wrecks, damage-free theft recoveries. Bid in person, bid online from anywhere. Worldwide shipping. A better way to buy a car. Visit StarkAutoSales.com.
Watch movies, sports, and TV shows with no monthly fees. Get your Super Geeks Android Genius TV box. Simply connect to your TV with the supplied HDMI cable and connect to Wi-Fi. Watch what you want when you want, on demand in high definition, even 4K. A great alternative to cable, Netflix, satellite, and video rentals. Don't settle for a smart TV. Turn your TV into a genius with a Super Geeks Android TV box. Boxes start as low as $39.99 with full warranty. Pays for itself. Select from thousands of free online shows. We even provide remote service so you'll never be without your TV. Updates itself automatically. 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-866-248-1490. That's 1-866-248-1490. Or order online at supergeeks.tv. That's supergeeks.tv.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person, or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Hundreds of insurance claim vehicles auctioned every week. Now with locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. Parts cars, rebuildable wrecks, damage-free theft recoveries. bid in person, bid online from anywhere. Worldwide shipping. A better way to buy a car. Visit StarkAutoSales.com.
Watch movies, sports, and TV shows with no monthly fees. Get your Super Geeks Android Genius TV box. Simply connect to your TV with the supplied HDMI cable and connect to Wi-Fi. Watch what you want when you want, on demand in high definition, even 4K. A great alternative to cable, Netflix, satellite, and video rentals. Don't settle for a smart TV. Turn your TV into a genius with a Super Geeks Android TV box. Boxes start as low as $39.99 with full warranty. Pays for itself. Select from thousands of free online shows. We even provide remote service so you'll never be without your TV. Updates itself automatically. 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-866-248-1490. That's 1-866-248-1490. Or order online at supergeeks.tv. That's supergeeks.tv.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. We're taking you now to the Fleetwood Country Cruise Inn in London, Ontario, Canada's biggest outdoor car show. That's where we were able to connect with Ben Jones, who played Cooter on the Dukes of Hazzard television series. Check it out. We are at the Fleetwood Country Cruise Inn in London, Ontario, and I am with the very famous Ben Cooter Jones. What do you think of this show? I mean, you're welcome to Canada.
I've been, over the years to a lot of car shows. Our show, the Dukes of Hazzard, and car shows are a natural fit. But I've never been to a car show this spectacular in such a setting with so many happy people, so many beautiful cars on a perfect day for a good cause. I mean, this what Steve does here is really remarkable. And I'm just honored to be a part of it.
And you're bringing out all kinds of Dukes of Hazzard fans today.
Well, then that's a lot of people all over the world. The show's been shown in over 50 countries. And, of course, it came on the air here as soon as it came on the air in the States. And that was almost 40 years ago. And yet it's about as popular as ever because each generation that comes along seems to fall in love with it. Our show doesn't age. We age, but on the show we're always young and we're always in a fantasy land and the good guys always win. Nobody gets hurt. And that's the way the world ought to be. But the Dukes of Hazzard, it just keeps going on and going. It's going to outlast all of us.
Yeah. Was it the family-oriented nature of the show that gave it its longevity?
That's a part of it. There are great values in the show where the kids are really taught right from wrong. They always make the right moral choice. The Duke boys do. They're the good guys, and they'll stick their neck out for you. They always do the right thing. Yeah. And that's because their Uncle Jesse taught them that way. And so, but it's a show that has those kind of, great family values. It's an overused phrase, but it's true. Because it was about a family, and families watched it together, and there's very little programming like that anymore. But our show holds up with the great action, slapstick comedy never gets old, great country music, Waylon Jennings, Loretta Lynn, all of those people, that never gets old, and looking at Daisy Duke's legs, that never gets old either.
And you mentioned the action, and that comes back to the car, which was a star in its own right.
Sometimes the car was getting 20,000 fan mail letters a week, the car. And they send back a picture of the car, but then they said, well, it needs to be autographed, and they ran a tire track across the postcard that they'd send back. The car was very popular, 1969 Dodge Charger RT, and it's a beautiful car, and people collect those too, of course, and build them. There are over 1,000 of them in the United States and Canada that fans of the show build.
Something here.
Yeah, it's a big event we're having at the end of July, the last roundup of the whole cast together. We'll jump a couple of cars, 2 days of music.
We can see that on the camera.
2 days of music. 2 days of stunts. All the entire cast is going to be there, and we'll have wrestling and bicycle stunts, all sorts of things.
So if I come down, you gonna wrestle me?
Yeah. We got Rock and Roll Express is going to be with us wrestling. They're famous. Anyhow, it's just a big old time. We'll probably have 20, 25,000 people showing up. 2 days of great music, all kinds of good music. 2 days of, and already we have 130 General Lees coming.
That's huge. I don't know if I should even ask you about this. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I'm just going to ask about that flag on the roof of the car. And I know that you've kind of taken a stand on that.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, symbols mean different things to different people. And to us, it means something very positive. It stands for independence. It stands for the spirit of the South. And as a Southerner, we've worked my entire lifetime to bring people together. And Hazard County was a place where there was no racism. We were colorblind, and that was a positive thing to show people. And so we've got no problem with it. All of my people fought for the South. They were of their time. They might have come out on the wrong side of history. But history is complex, and we have different views of history. Everybody does. And my view of it is quite different from these politically correct people who are into cultural cleansing. You can't change history. You can't judge my good heart. And I came out of the civil rights movement in the 60s. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I've never had one complaint about our show. And so I think that speaks more for bringing people together than it does for dividing people. We are into building bridges, not building walls.
And I guess the focus on the show just shows how popular it is even today.
Among all races, all over the world, all religions. As I say, I've never heard anybody say a bad thing about it. And growing up and living in the South, all of my life in the southern United States, most of the black folks I know watch this show religiously. Because everybody related to it, It was a harmless thing. And I think it's now being politicized by people who have a very narrow view of our hearts and of our traditions and of the South. So I think we represent the United States well. The show is shown all over the world in over 50 countries, and it is beloved because of those values.
Well, I guess people can come down and check out your event, and I know the South really, to me, is all about hospitality, and
that's right.
And I hope that we've extended some Canadian hospitality.
I'll tell
to
you, you sure have. Oh, Canada, my home. I know that.
I didn't know we were going to get a free concert.
Well,
too.
I watch a lot of hockey games. We stand on guard for thee.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
Privilege.
Thank you.
Well, my friends, that's all we have time for today. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you online at SSTcarshow.com.